Welcome, empowered empaths, to the Power of Healing Your Energy show. This show is all about your unconditional love, your light, your intuition, your soul's purpose. And depression and anxiety are a side effect of not living intuitively, not trusting your gut, the lost connections with your higher self and others. Your soul's purpose is here. Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Christine with 24 Karat Healing. I am your spiritual guide, intuitive energy coach, and old soul healer. And this is, of course, season 2, episode 15. And there's been so much talk about the planets this year, retrogrades, healing, trauma, past lives, inner child. December alone with the solstice, there's just a lot of chatter about, what's going to happen, what isn't going to happen. What should I be doing? What should I be feeling? What is 2021 going to look like? There's just lots of questions around that. Of course, there's, the other stuff, the stuff that COVID brought to us, things that we no longer can avoid. And I believe this, and I call it the grand conjunction, because I feel it's a grand event. People are using great and other words and majestic or magnificent, but I feel it's very grand because something is grand. It is expansive, and a conjunction is bringing this together. So I am not an astrology expert. However, I feel since we're all opening up, waking up on, at different levels, different times, ascending masters, that we're all learning these things from other people, from myself, or maybe friends and family, or stuff that you're seeing online. So we're definitely more open to this, as I guess is what I'm saying. And if you're not, maybe you're just curious, at least you have that peace, because that's a bridge to actually knowing what's going on and knowing for yourself. Like I said, you might hear a lot of noise and there's lots of distractions out there, of course, but really it's about discerning for yourself. And there is no right and there is no wrong. It is about how you feel. That's it. That's it. And there is no black and there is no white. So first and foremost, welcome. Thank you for joining me, whether you are listening through whatever podcasts you enjoy, whether it's Apple or Google or Spotify. There's so many out there. As well, this is going to be repurposed all over on any platform that you enjoy, from Facebook to YouTube. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, tagging. I know that you have so much to do, so much to possibly worry about. These are, depending on who you talk to, these are trying times, especially right now. Everything we've gone through this year has been absolutely new, with maybe the exception of the January, February, but depending on where you lived in the world, right? So please share this out. I have deep gratitude, deep respect for, of course, the frontline workers. Thank you so much. I know you're exhausted, and we thank you for everything you do. This is also going out on soundsugarradio.com. I have a show. This is part of the show as well. So they broadcast all over the world. Check them out. They have some really great musical content, from Canadian to world music. It's great. It's eclectic. I love that it's all over and there's no genre. So there were some songs on there that I heard today that I was like, I've never heard this, but I really like it. It's refreshing from what we normally hear. All right. And there's some other shows. There's a whole bunch of other shows on there. Go check it out. All right. Let's get into this. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are new, if you are on the replay, either way, we're going to get through this together, because if anything, that's what 2020 is. It's about connection, collaboration, community. And yes, I know this time of year can be a lonely time for many. Very much struggling. So please reach out. We are all here for each other. This is not just something I throw out there. You know what? If you're struggling, like I had a gentleman the other day, he is in India. He was struggling, and I threw him the link. I said, let's chat. Let's talk. He needed some prayer. He needed connection. He needed someone to hold space for him as he was going through something. And that's it. That's all. No strings attached. Hello, Marianne. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, you're joining me on Facebook. Thank you so much. And Connor wow, hi, Connor. He's new to this and he's excited to learn more. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. All right. And, if you're really dabbling in the astrology or the planetary aspects, feel free to share away. And, let's all learn together. All right. So what do they mean by the grand conjunction? They're basically talking about the planets, these two opposite planets, Saturn and Jupiter. All right. And they're coming together almost at a zero axis. So it's a conjunction. They're coming together. And this has not happened since the Middle Ages, depending on who you talk to. 800-year event. It normally happens every 20 years. But in reality, the last time this happened was in the year 2000. So let's think about that. Do you remember 1999? Going in, if you were young enough to remember or old enough, depending. Do you remember, 1999, they were selling things that, the internet was going to go down, everything was going to end, just stuff like that. Do you remember that? I remember that. So this 200-year event is moving out of Capricorn, which is all about security, stability. It's an earth sign. All right. Material items. I mean, didn't Madonna talk about that? It's a material world and I'm a material girl. Yeah. And like Marsha's saying, Y2K. Exactly. Thank you for that, Marsha. I appreciate it. So yeah, we're moving from, I'm a Capricorn. You know what? I'm all signs, but obviously, where your sun and moon rising and all that good stuff. Capricorn for sure, but we're moving into Aquarius. And I don't know if you know any Aquarius. I dated one, and they are definitely out there. They are all about community, connection, collaboration. Aquarius is an air sign, like attracts like, and also known as the humanitarian. And they're the innovators. I mean, they definitely are. They see things a lot differently when they look at the big picture. They see many possibilities, and then they try to bring it all together. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's about communication. It's about waves, wavelengths, parallels, inspiration, intelligent, highly intelligent, that. And then I think of that song, The Age of Aquarius. And I believe one of my clients reminded me it came out in 1967. So, and then of course I love numbers. So I'm reducing, adding up 1967, that reduces to 5. Interesting. 5s are about change. So we're definitely in for some big changes. Not that we I'm sure there's going to be people saying, seriously, we've had enough change. When does it end? Guess what? It never does. So are we going to adapt to this? Are we going to sink? Are we going to swim? It is your choice. It is about perspective. Hi, Lynn. Hope you're doing well in Manitoba. And hi, Robin. It's my sister. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you here. Sending lots of love to you guys out there. Because I made a big move, guys. I mean, if you didn't know, I moved from Alberta to BC, and I'm on the island. So, island time. Anyways, so we are, like I said, we're moving from earth to air. So think about that. It kind of dense, kind of heavy, and then it's lighter. So there will be some issues with communication, obviously. You think about waves and wavelengths, Wi-Fi. I mean, we're definitely online a lot more, so there is more pressures to this. So, and depending on where you are, sometimes it doesn't work so well. I get it. I understand. So we're moving. We're going to talk about, Saturn is basically squaring off against Jupiter. And some people say that Saturn is, they talk about opposites, that it's more related to your shadow side. Definitely. And then Jupiter, they've got basically we've got our orders here. I'm just going to show you because I did a little graphic. If you guys need a copy, let me know. I have this, I'm just going to take that down. So we talk about Jupiter. It's the planet of expansion, and it all reflects on religion, belief systems, life philosophies, vision, ideals, growth potential. And then also it was with Capricorn. So yeah, I was feeling this year. It reminds us to explore and review our goals, big time. And then we're going to move to Saturn as well. So karma, heck yeah, we've seen lots of that. Duties, responsibilities, and how we get attached to rigid thoughts and ideas, and dealing with loss and depression and difficult times. And we put limits on ourselves, whether they're healthy or restrictive. So lots of restructuring going on as well, moving things around. But I definitely feel, I don't know about you guys. So we're going through this. It depends, like, the last couple of days, I could feel there was a lot of density. And like I said, my leg is my indicator when things are going on. So I decided to rest. I know some people have had trouble sleeping, been feeling ill. These are all ascension symptoms as well. We're all being upgraded. And what do I mean by upgrade? What, aren't we good enough? It's like a double upgrade. These alignments are bringing us back into alignment, if that makes sense. And we all know about that. We just had the eclipse, right, on Monday with the new moon, right? This is such a beautiful picture. Obviously, if you're not on if you're not here live watching and you're listening, come back and have a look. Because the new moon, I did a new moon ceremony, ritual ceremony with my youngest, and he's never done one, and he really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed it. But the eclipse energy is all about the moon in front of the sun, and the sun is known as God, of course. We're talking about our hearts. We're talking about emotions. We have major transits up until the 21st. Now, everything's not happening at the 21st because I'm making a segue now into the solstice. Also, there's been talk about the Christmas star. And everyone's, it's amazing. No one really, it seems like the majority of people, now you can tell me otherwise, weren't really interested in the cosmos, the universe, the planets, the stars. But now it's cool. Everybody wants to know about it. And I think it's great. It's like going back to the days where, the Mayans and, it's so interesting how everything is lined up. So these planets are a minute apart at 0 degrees. 0 degrees. You think, like level, everything is leveling off, but at the same time, they're squaring off. And so it's intuitively, it's an opposite, but it's not. It kind of cancels each other out. That's how I see it. And it also brings in the mother aspect. Whether it's, the mother, Mother Mary, Mother Earth, whoever you resonate with. It's all about those conjunctions and archetypes. So what else are we going to talk about here? Other than, I just know, what we're going through. I'm going to do 2021 Insight as well in a couple weeks. And this isn't over. We are just being upgraded and really called to dig in deeper, look more, look at the bigger picture, the reflections of others, and then within ourselves. And I think I'd seen a quote saying, every time I think I healed something, I got triggered. And then it's like, oh yeah, okay, I see that. So I'm more prepared is basically what I'm saying. Going back to the Tao, which is one with self, peace and presence, kindness, love, abundance, joy, bliss, sovereignty, and empowerment, because that's who we are at a soul level. At a soul level, that's who we are. And I think it's taken us a long time to realize that. But we've known that since the beginning. We're just remembering. It's like we were in a trance, or maybe a coma in a way. It's like we shut ourselves off because it was safer to protect ourselves that way. But there's no more shutting anything off. In fact, things are really ramping up. So I've got another, it's probably hard to see this, but I got this from a good friend of mine, and she made the beautiful graphic. Her name's Rachel. She shares some pretty amazing things as well, but it's just interesting. You can see the 0 point, and that's where the star is going to be. So that's where the Christmas star comes from. It's that idea that everything is being brought in, like everyone's coming together through this narrow point. Because I even talked about the 1212 energy as well. There's so much to share. It's it can be overwhelming sometimes, all the information coming in. Really just grab what you resonate with. So it's basically a return to the divine feminine, the mother of the universe, basically. We're might be feeling like we're ordinary, but now we have moved to super enlightened beings. We're creating things, books, lectures, movies, and topics, of course, like, women's rights, trafficking of any kind, and the possible destruction of our planet. So, and of course, we're questioning creation and patriarchal religions. So, that's why we're going back to the mother, because in the 200 time period, year time period with Capricorn and the material, we're seeing that this doesn't work. This does not work. And we are going to innovate out of our fear, because we know what fear is. I mean, depending on who you talk to, false evidence appearing real, face everything and run. And I'm like, face everything and run? Like, are we running away or towards? Sorry, depending on who you interpret that. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yes, we're doing well. And yeah, holy Jesus, right. Lynn, I sold everything, and whatever fit in my car, that's what I took. No joke. So I want to really think about your attachments, because I really had to look at that. I was like, why do I have this? What do I need this for? Right? Oh, but you might need it. That attitude, that thinking doesn't work anymore. Unless you have not used it, I'd say in 6 months. Why do you have it? Why do you have it? Thank you, Marianne. Thank you. It is a big move. And I feel like I've come home. Obviously, home is wherever your heart is. But I feel like, when they say I left my heart in San Francisco, well, I left my heart on the island. And this is where my grandparents, built their home as well. So, okay. So, we're going to talk about, the Holy Spirit, the Trinity, heaven above, of course, the earth below, the realms, all of it. And I also want to talk about the 2021 vision. Like I know that, people are already asking, what's your resolution? And I'm like, I think we've done a lot in 2020. I think we should be a little more kind, loving and forgiving to ourselves and others. I think that's a pretty good start. It's not necessarily goals. It's more about, how do you want that year to feel? How do you want it to feel? Do you want to go in with, freaking out, fear and all of that? Or do you want to go in going, I am just going to live in the 24 hours, maybe even minute to minute, hour to hour, right? So for me, that I'm creating, I'll talk about it, but there is going to be a free workshop about the dream vision magic map. I know that's a lot of words, but I just want people to feel, how we have goals. Oh, we got goals and we're going to crush them. Crushing them. I think of grapes. I think of, things being squashed. I don't like that whole persona. That energy no longer holds here. This is about feeling. What do you want to feel? So I'll take you through all of that. But basically, it's an intention, it's a word, it's a feeling, it's a picture. However your clairs come in, if you see, feel, think, whatever it is, that's what you base your map off of. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for joining me. Nice to see you here. Gosh, that was only an hour and a half. We were on that Zoom together. That was quite the powerful day in Edenshire. All right. So going back to that vision. So I honestly feel like we are collectively coming out of the dark night of the soul, as they say. And we're coming out of our shadow. We recognize our ego. We instead of living in fear, we have knowledge, we have power, we have sovereignty. So now I feel, I know, and I'm doing. I'm being, not the doing, but the being. I am being present in this full physical and spiritual, emotional upgrade, because we are upgraded. And going back to, the feminine, what happened to our sacred role, the feminine? I think that's what we're really realizing here is we were reduced. Now, that's why those past lives come up. We were reduced to just property, right? Or an object, to either wealthy kings, enslaving the female, creating the story, that somehow we were not equal, right? So it's just those early accounts of the women being depicted as evil somehow. Yet we possess a womb. We are the life givers and we're capable of co-creation, right? So no wonder there's some confusion in regards to the feminine. So yeah, it's all about all those energies being released because there was a lot of suppression. And we are being awakened. We're seeking our birthright because it is our birthright. Freedom, will, and bliss. It's all feminine gifts that were given to us even before we were born into the kingdom. And we are the creators, the co-creators, supreme, talking about heaven and earth. And without our love and light, there would be, if you think about it, there'd be continual war on the planet. It's all about a balance. Yeah, so we're basically innovating, upgrading. And I know that myself, things are definitely whether it's cloudy or you're going to be able to see it. I think it would just be great to get out there and have a look at it. Maybe have a little ceremony or ritual, have a prayer, some blessings, if you want to smudge things, if you want to light candles and bring your crystals in, bring it all in. Bring it all in. And just envision that whole solstice period, whether you're in the northern or southern hemispheres, right? And for us in the northern, that means we get more daylight. So that's, again, a big shift. But seeing the planets with the naked eye says a lot. Things are definitely coming into perspective. The illusion, the veil, everything is being pulled away. And we're being lifted and raised. So, this feminine energy, along with the Christmas star, it is about God. It is about Christ. It is about Jesus. Whatever denomination as well, please celebrate it together. And I know that many of us cannot be together in person, but we all have heart. We all have a way to communicate, whether it's through video or phone or a letter or a card. Maybe it's telepathy. You know what? There are no coincidences. When you're thinking of someone and they pop up, hello, come on now. I think we've been too afraid to really know what other people are thinking. And it shouldn't be that way. We're all interconnected. All right. So this is a new understanding of our divine birthright, coming back to who we are at a soul level, and thanking each other for getting this far. I have a new respect for anyone that's trying to heal anything. There is no judgment. There is only forgiveness. There is only kindness. There is only peace. All right. So let me know if you guys have any questions in regards to this. But yeah, that is all about the star. I'd love to get a telescope. I tell you, I'd just like to see it even up close. And I know that they do live feeds for many things. They did it with the eclipse just recently too. So it's very interesting. You're basically able to see the brilliant star when the two planets come together, right? And they're saying you won't need a telescope either, but I mean, some of us like to see it a little bit closer, right? And of course, you have to have a good viewing spot. Get out of the city if you can, away from the lights. And it's definitely great between dusk and 15 to 20 minutes after dark. So that's the best time. They're saying 1:20 p.m. Eastern on December 21st. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me know how you guys are going to celebrate that as well. And if you have any other questions about the planets, the 2021 vision as well, I just wanted to share a few things. I'm still doing a prayer circle. Fridays at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Of course, that's earlier for me because I'm in Pacific, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be there. So if you're looking to practice prayer, affirmative prayer, co-creative prayer, if you'd like to have prayer for yourself, your loved ones, or just for the planet, feel free to join me. It's going to be pretty powerful on Instagram. Follow me there. And I wanted to talk about the power of 8. This is an infinity group mentorship. It starts mid-January 2021. It's going to be a small group of 8 ladies. I have 6, so I only have 2 spots left to make it 8, of course. And there's also Unleash Your Magic. It's an intuitive one-on-one mentorship. I have 4 spots left. I only take 10 ladies every 3 months with me because it's quite intensive. It's experimental. If you're looking to open up to heal, you're wondering about your inner child, you're wondering about what your purpose in life is, I'm here to help and guide you with that. There's some great reviews online, so have a look at that. And comment magic and comment 8, depending on if you want the group mentorship or you want the one-on-one mentorship with myself. All right, just going to Barbara's comment. She says, I have been feeling differently for about a year. I have been watching a lot of different videos. That's wonderful, to learn as much as I can, but I don't know what path I should be on besides being an empath. Thank you for sharing that with us, Barbara. It takes a lot of courage to just throw that out there. And I think that's part of 2020 as well, is just saying, hey, you know, I've got this on my mind, and me too. And, you know, it's beautiful being an empath and being sensitive. That is a gift. When I started out 3 years ago, I thought it was a curse. I thought there was something wrong with me. But as I've learned along, you know, the past couple years, it is absolutely not. And I'd love to help you discover your natural talents, abilities, and inherent gifts that you hold and that you can share with others. Some of the former, some of the students that went through and graduated, you know, one's own a yoga studio, but of course everything shifted, you know, virtually. Another has gone into holistic nutrition. I mean, you know, just, it's amazing seeing them do, you know, what they love to do. And what does that mean? That means, I'm sure you've heard this, not working a day in your life. The days go by and it's like, wow, I didn't feel like I did any work today. It's an absolute joy to serve. That's how I see it. And that's how it should feel, honestly. I'm not saying every day is going to be rainbows and unicorns, but if it lights you up, like anytime I come out of a session, I'm on cloud 9. That's the feeling I want you to have when you're in service for others. That's the magic. That's where you find out, holy crap, I've been lied to. I believed the lies. I know different now, and let's go. That's all it is. Yes, Barbara, definitely let's chat. I'll send you a link. It's a 15-minute intuitive call, and then you get an idea, like an overall view of what the course entails. And it's an hour a week. And there's soul work, of course. But you actually go through the steps of finding out what all your clairs are, your natural abilities, and which ones are stronger, of course. We all have that, but you're going to just open up like a lotus. You know, when you see a lotus in the mud, the lotus isn't like I'm in the mud. The lotus is like, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. This is that's the feeling. All right. So we'll send you a link for that, Barbara. I'll get back to you, and looking forward to chatting with you as well. Here it is, because I talked about this in my weekly energy update that I do every Sunday afternoon. The 2021 Dream Vision Map. It is going to be a free workshop, January 9th, 2021, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is a Saturday. So we're inviting you to bring your dreams, your wishes, your visions, your intentions to manifest magically. Magically. You know, I love that whole inner child magic, because that's who we are. And we have forgotten that. And we need to go back to that feeling. And I show you how I do the vision map. It's like a vision board. It's like a dream board, but I like the feeling, because there's going to be pictures and colors, and it's setting your intentions to match your energy, to match your feeling. That's how manifestation works. Already knowing that it's happening and letting go of the outcome, because that's what the ego wants to do. And when you don't do it, what happens? You get the negative Nancy, the doubting, the self-talk, crushing ourselves. No more of that. No more of that. We're not holding that energy in 2021. I know I'm not. All right. Okay. Wonderful. All right, Barbara, I'm looking forward to seeing you as well. And so the intuitive and the group mentorship, just comment magic or 8 to get in on that. And of course, the Dream Vision workshop as well. That's going to be fabulous. So comment dream to sign up for that. I'll get you the link. It's going to be through Zoom. It might be through StreamYard as well, depending on how many people show up. So then we can all be together in a small group setting. And there'll be a PDF as well, so you can continue. And then we're going to follow up, because I know what it's like. You start something and then you're like, oh, oops, I forgot to finish it. No, but it's good to add it as you go along. That's a lot of fun as well. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Also on YouTube, subscribe. I have the December energy update. It's just an overall, oh, hello, Gitte. Yes, you came in. It's all good. You're here, and thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing the beautiful pictures of your Christmas rose. When you do stuff like that, that inspires, people to believe and to have magic and to have just the wonder of a picture, that the feeling, the beauty. So thank you for sharing your beautiful pictures and your gifts with the world. And I hope you and Frisia are doing well, your little kitty. Thank you so much. Yes, Barbara, I've got you down for magic. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Wednesday, same time. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care.